So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning con call. We'll start with technical and derivative updates first. So what we saw yesterday is basically Nifty did start the fresh week of trade on a negative note, and at one point it was down over 100, points. But in the post-noon session, it did saw some sharp recovery, majorly led by the banking names, and it helped Nifty to reclaim the 16,200 mark and closed with a minor downtick of 4 points. From the sectorial front, what we saw is that barring Nifty IT, which closed lower by 3%, all other indices closed in very good gains, while Nifty Auto, Metal, Reality, Oil and Gas all closing with gains of over a percentage worth of points. So technically what we can say is that yesterday's downtick did close the gap up area of 8th July, but the crucial gap up of 17th July, which is also the positive iron reversal. So the gap of 16,011 and 16,046 is still open. Until we don't close this gap, the buyers shall remain positive, but we may head into some consolidation phase or a choppy phase wherein 16,100, 16,000 could be the base, while 60,200 and 16,300 could be the resistance zones going forward till we don't get a clear breakout above the 200-day exponential moving average. Even on the Bank Nifty, what we saw is yesterday it did close above the 35,000 mark for the second straight day, but more importantly, it closed above the 200-day exponential moving average, which is placed at 35,417, and it has closed above the said average for the first time since 28th April 2022. So this is quite positive, and it's a 29-day closing high for the index too. While on the Bank Nifty, both the 7th and 8th July gap up area are still open. So Bank Nifty is one index which is managing to hold Nifty or hold the market as a whole. So this can be positive going forward, while the other sectors can be a laggard, but Bank Nifty can outperform going forward too. From the flow side, what we saw from the institution side is it was a muted session wherein the FI had a net sell figure of 170 odd crores and DI had a small net sell figure of 296 crores. On the derivative front, what we saw yesterday, Nifty futures, these saw some short build up to a tune of 8% with an addition of 1.49 million shares. With that, the total outstanding position stands at 11.69 million shares. And the PCRO too had a it was flat at 1.21. And from the option distribution, what we saw yesterday is the put options, that is 60,100 and 60,000 strike, saw some put addition to the tune of 2.05 million and 0.87 million shares, while the call options, the major addition was seen in 16,300 and 16,200. So even as per the option data too on the weekly settlement, it does suggest that 16,100 and 16,300 could be the trading range for the time being. For in the Bank Nifty futures, interestingly, they had seen a sharp long addition to the tune of 7% with an addition of 184,000 shares, and the total outstanding position stands at 28.62 lakh shares as compared to its previous of 26.77 lakh shares. While FII statistic in the derivative market, there are net sell figure in the index futures to the tune of 524 crores. Index option, there are net buy figure of 2714 crores. Stock futures, there are net sell figure of 560 crores. While stock option, they had a small net buy figure of 73 crores. While on the call front, what we have given in the technical report is we have given buy on Axis Bank. We can buy in the range of 674 to 679. Stop can be placed at 661, while the target is 707. While in the derivative report, we have given buy on Astral. Astral futures can be bought in the range of 1703 to 1715. Stop can be placed at 1675, while target is 1777. So that would be it from my end. I'll pass it over to Varun sir for further research updates. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, a couple of updates from my side. First, on FMCG sector, we understand that price of, or as we know, in fact, the price of key raw materials such as palm and crude oil has increased significantly, 70 to 80% year on year. However, over last 10 to 15 days, the raw material prices of these commodities have declined by 15 to 20% from their peaks. So, which is a positive for the sector. FMCG companies are expecting single-digit volume growth in FY23. So, this is largely because there has been a peculiar trend of down trading, and this almost always happens during a period of high inflation. So company says that it is unlikely that uh, it is unlikely that they will be passing on the benefits to customers in the form of price cuts or offers or discounts on products. On the contrary, FMCG companies will be looking forward to improve their margins and at the same time increase their spending on advertisement and promotions. So margin recovery due to decline in raw material prices can drive companies to raise trade margins, increase spends, and deploy resources in new product categories. Second update is on ITC update. So government has banned single-use plastic products from 1st of July 2022, which is the current month. Company's paper and specialty paper division is into manufacturing sustainable paper and paperboard solutions. This division is into biodegradable boards, recycle boards, and barrier coated boards, which can be used for food and beverage industry. So we understand that this is likely to benefit ITC. Third update is on Tata Consumer Products. So Tata Consumer has expanded its Soulful portfolio and has launched under the Soulful brand Masala Oats. We understand that this is kind of a category expansion that Tata Consumer is willing to do. In Masala Oats, Marico is the leader, so they enjoy 70 to 80% kind of market share. Uh, so Tata Consumer will primarily be focusing on 5 key markets, which is Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Patna. So in these markets, company is likely to penetrate the product more through general trade. So at the same time, modern trade and e-commerce channels will also be selectively used to push the product. And last update is on Godrej Consumer. So in ET and Financial Express, there has been some mention about key takeaways from the annual reports of the company. I think we are also kind of reading the report and culling out the key takeaway points. But one of the good point to notice is the salary of Mr. Sudhir Sitapati. So Mr. Sudhir Sitapati has joined Godrej Consumer in the month of October last year. And we understand that on the day of his joining, the stock price of the company zoomed by 7-8%. From the annual report, we figure out that close to 5 lakh options, which is 5 lakh equivalent of shares, has been granted to Mr. Sitapati. And which, so this number, if we multiply it to current share price, it comes to around 43 odd crore. So and 43 crore of a share option which vests in a year, it's quite a significant amount of incentive. And we understand that this incentive was required for top talent like Mr. Sudhir Sitapati, and as a consequence, there has also been lots of research which talks about how Godrej Consumer is going to turn around. And in fact, we even had a couple of interaction with the MD, and our broad outlook is Godrej Consumer is kind of turning around, especially so not only in Indian market but also in Indonesia and Africa. So broadly, if you look, India, Nigeria, and Bangladesh, these 3 market contributes 80% to Godrej Consumer's revenue. And these are the also 3 markets wherein 30% of the world population resides. And these 3 markets are also the market wherein GDP growth rate has been twice the rate of GDP growth rate that twice the GDP of global GDP growth rates. So these are fast growing markets. And if Godrej Consumer is able to successfully turn around a South African market, wherein last 2 years they have invested significantly by hiring MD of Nestle over there. So so I think these takeaways are quite positive for the company. So that's it from my side. I now request Prabhakar sir to please take over the call from here.
Thank you, Varun. Good morning, team. June 22 has been the lowest for demat account. The total account opened is 17 lakh 90,000. It is lowest since February 2021. But 5 Paisa has come with the results where their revenue is higher by 40% at 84 crores and their profit after tax has increased by 3% at 7.38 crores. So their EBITDA margin stays at 31.3. It is a good turnaround candidate, but anyway, as the market is in a bear phase, normally broking companies will not give very good return. The returns are now coming from chemical, agrochemical, and FMCG company. That is where we need to concentrate. So ITC yesterday made an all-time high. That is one stock, 52-week high. That is one stock we like in agrochemical, Coromandel, Bayer Corp, or two agrochemical companies we like. Sumi Chemical, again Japanese-based chemical company, which is again making a 52-week high. Ami Organic is doing very well. In FMCG, ITC, VBL, Britannia, Godrej Consumer, which Varun was speaking, all these stocks are looking very good. So we have to be in momentum. Auto as a sector has been doing very good. There are multiple news in tractors and even in agro business. So I have posted few this thing. Tractor exports for the 13th consecutive month has crossed 10,000, and June 22 shipment of tractors is the highest ever. It is at 12,849 units. So India is becoming an export destination. Make in India is happening in tractor as a segment. And with Kobato and Mahindra competing in that segment, I think both these companies can do very good. Kalyan Jewellers has said the company is planning to expand the non-south market by adding 10 more stores with an investment of 250 to 300 crores by Diwali. Maruti has started booking its upcoming premium SUV, the Grand Vitara. Now, I don't know how much is the pricing, but they are only taking 11,000 rupees as a booking amount. Star Health and CESC Common Services Center under Ministry of Electronics and IT have partnered. So this partnership will provide 5 lakh CSC access to select range of Star Health products. Positive for Star Health. Star Health at current level for a long-term investor is a good buy. For trader, I don't think it is going to move any big because it is a stock which is corrected, and normally any weak stock will take time for recovery. NBFC and HFC securitization volumes almost doubled to 33,000 crores in April-June quarter. Previously, it was 17,200. We are not too gung-ho about NBFCs, but few stock for trading purpose we like. We like Chola Finance, we like Mahindra Finance. RBI has said it has allowed settlement in rupee for trade, and this is mainly for trade with Russia and Sri Lanka in mind. See, we need to understand, in Russia, there are a lot of restriction, and even in Sri Lanka, dollar availability is not there. So opening a window of rupee trade will boost our exports, and that is what RBI has done. It is very positive in the short term, but long term we need to watch out. For trade for Russia, Iran, and Sri Lanka, where there are a lot of international restriction, there these trades will work wonderful. L&T Construction back orders to build data centers in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. 10.8 megawatt is the capacity they are saying. So this order should be around 1,000 to 2,500 crore order book, which will not have a material impact on L&T stock. Suntech Realty pre-sales is higher by 89% year-on-year basis at 333 crores, and collection is higher by 66% at 285 crores. Now, real estate market is stable. Then real estate will be one sector which will do very good. We like DLF, Suntech Realty, even Oberoi, Loda. These are few stocks where there are trade opportunities, but we need to understand, we are not in a bull phase of a market. These are pullback where you need to trade in and trade out. And banking as a sector is doing better. So banking, we like PSU banking and we like private banks. We have already given a lot of stocks in that. Coal India capex has risen by 65% to 3,034 crores in June. So this is something positive for Coal India. Coal India has been rallying of late, but let us see how it pans out. Murugappa Group will enter electric vehicle business with a launch of three-wheeler by September and invest about 200 crores in the segment. So the beneficiary will be Tube Investment, which has the EV vehicle, three-wheeler EV vehicle. And the company has said that the EV market, three-wheeler EV market will be $1.7 billion by 2025. So there is a good scope here. BSE Star MF made a new single day record on 11th July 2022 to hit 30.46 lakh transaction. It is a record. Now, about few months back, again, there was a record in this. Mercedes-Benz clocks highest ever sales in April-June quarter, 3,551 units. So no, in auto, if you notice, passenger vehicle is seeing huge interest, let it be premium vehicle or middle level vehicle. The lower end is not seeing that kind of sale. Central government would provide incentive to state government for success of auctioning of mines and identification of mineral blocks, which is very positive for state governments and even for mining companies. I think this will make state governments like Orissa, MP, where mineral Bihar, where mineral resources are very high, and incentivizing state government will make India very rich in minerals, and we can become an exporter. Today, we are a net importer of minerals. Even iron ore, sometimes we have been importing. Coal, where India has the second huge reserve, we have been importing coal of recently also. So I think this is going to be a very good scheme. The major beneficiary will be NMDC, Coal India, and the other PSU companies like MOIL also. With that, over to you, Kshitija.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. अभी हम लोग ये कॉल को एक बार हिंदी में कर लेते हैं. जो फर्स्ट अपडेट है एफएमसीजी सेक्टर के ऊपर, जो रॉ मटेरियल प्राइसेस है वो पाम ऑयल की और क्रूड की वो इंक्रीज हो गई थी 70 to 80% ईयर ऑन ईयर. अभी लास्ट 10 to 15 डेज में जो ये रॉ मटेरियल प्राइस है वो काफी थोड़ी बहुत नीचे आ गई है 15 to 20% जो पीक था वहां से. तो एफएमसीजी कंपनी के लिए पॉजिटिव रहेगा. और जो एफएमसीजी फर्म्स है वो एक्सपेक्ट करिए कि सिंगल डिजिट वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ रहेगा फाइनेंशियल ईयर 23 में. उसके बाद एफएमसीजी जो प्लेयर्स है वो सोच रहे कि जो प्राइजेस कट है वो फर्दर डिक्लाइन होंगे 10 to 15% से. ओवरऑल जो मार्जिन रिकवरी होगी वो जो रॉ मटेरियल की जो प्राइजेस है वो डिक्लाइन हुई है उसके कारण. तो ये एफएमसीजी सेक्टर के ऊपर अपडेट था. नेक्स्ट अपडेट है आईटीसी के ऊपर. गवर्नमेंट ने जो बैन किया है सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक प्रोडक्ट का, तो इसका फायदा कंपनी को आईटीसी को होगा. जो कंपनी का पेपर एंड स्पेशलिटी डिवीजन है जो सस्टेनेबल पेपर्स एंड पेपर बोर्ड सॉल्यूशन मैन्युफैक्चर करती है, तो ये डिवीजन जो है वो बायोडिग्रेडेबल बोर्ड्स, रिसाइकल बोर्ड्स एंड बैरियर कोटेड बोर्ड्स बनाती है और ये यूज होगा फूड एंड बेवरेज इंडस्ट्री के लिए. तो ये ओवरऑल पॉजिटिव रहेगा आईटीसी के लिए. नेक्स्ट अपडेट है टाटा कंज्यूमर के ऊपर. टाटा कंज्यूमर मसाला आउट मार्केट्स में पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है, सच एज लाइक जो ब्रांड्स है मसाला आउट प्रोडक्ट्स में लाइक वाकर और मैरिकोज सफोला. तो ये कंपनी के लिए पॉजिटिव रहेगा. नेक्स्ट अपडेट है जो गोदरेज कंज्यूमर के एमडी है उनके ऊपर. उनकी जो सैलरी के हिसाब से देखिए तो उन्होंने ज्वाइन किया था लास्ट अक्टूबर में, तो अराउंड उनको कुछ 5 लाख शेयर्स दिए थे. तो लाइक ये कंपनी ओवरऑल जब से एमडी ने ज्वाइन किया तब से टर्न अराउंड हो रही है कंपनी. और नॉट इन इनका जो बिजनेस है वो इंडिया में काफी ग्रो हो रहा है, पर इसके अलावा जो साउथ अफ्रीका में जैसे कि इंडोनेशिया और ऑल सभी जगह उनकी ग्रोथ अच्छी से दिख रही है. जब साउथ अफ्रीका में जो मार्केट है वो अच्छे से सक्सेसफुल हुआ, तो ये एक पॉजिटिव होगा कंपनी के लिए, और हम लोग ओवरऑल अभी टर्न अराउंड के कारण पॉजिटिव है कंपनी के ऊपर। जून में जो डीमार्ट अकाउंट हुए वो अभी तक के फरवरी 21 से लोएस्ट अकाउंट्स ओपन हुए, अराउंड कुछ 1.7 मिलियन अकाउंट्स ओपन हुए। जो ब्रोकिंग फर्म है, जब मार्केट बेरिश रहता है तब ब्रोकिंग फर्म के इतने अच्छे रिजल्ट्स नहीं आते हैं, तो 5 पैसा कंपनी के भी रिजल्ट्स आया, तो उसका जो रेवेन्यू था वो 14% से इंक्रीज हुआ है 84 करोड़, और जो पैट है वो 3% से इंक्रीज हुआ है 7.38 करोड़। सो ये कुछ नेक्स्ट अपडेट है केमिकल, और जो केमिकल एग्रोकेमिकल जो सेक्टर्स है, और ये काफी अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर रही है। तो एग्रोकेमिकल में कोरोमंडल है, बेरक्रॉप जैसे कंपनी, वो अभी हम लोग को अच्छे लग रही है। इसके अलावा आईटीसी जो है वो ऑल टाइम हाई कर रहा है। केमिकल में सुमी केमिकल है, अमी ऑर्गेनिक से, वो काफी अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर रही है। सुमी केमिकल 52 वीक हाई पे ट्रेड कर रहा है। और आईटीसी, इसके अलावा बीबीबी, पीबीएल, एफएमसीजी में ब्रिटानिया, गोदरेज कंज्यूमर अच्छे लग रहे हैं। ऑटो सेक्टर भी काफी अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहा है। और इसके अलावा जो ट्रैक्टर्स के लेके न्यूज आ रही है, तो वो एक पॉजिटिव है ओवरऑल ट्रैक्टर सेगमेंट में। जो ट्रैक्टर का एक्सपोर्ट है वो अभी तक का हाई हिट हुआ है जून मंथ में। तो जैसे कि ऑटो सेक्टर में एमएनएम है, ट्रैक्टर और एस्कॉर्ट है, जो इन जैसे कंपनी को फायदा हो सकता है। मारुति जो कंपनी है, उन्होंने जो बुकिंग है वो स्टार्ट कर दी है ग्रैंड विटारा का, तो ये एक पॉजिटिव रहेगा कंपनी के लिए। इसके अलावा जो आरबीआई ने रुपीज में ट्रेड अलाउ करना स्टार्ट कर दिया है, क्योंकि जो रशियन और श्रीलंका के वजह से, तो ये पॉजिटिव रहेगा शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए, बट लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए हम लोग को देखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे परफॉर्म होता है। नेक्स्ट अपडेट है एलएनटी के ऊपर। एलएनटी जो है, उनको एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिला है डेटा सेंटर बिल्ड करने का। जो उसकी जो कैपेसिटी होगी वो 10.8 मेगावाट होगी, और जो ये सेंटर्स बनाएंगे वो मुंबई और नवी मुंबई में बनाएंगे। और कंपनी डिजाइन करेगी कि जो सप्लाई वर्क्स और जो अदर डेटा सेंटर है, और उनका प्रॉपर बिल्डिंग करके देगी। नेक्स्ट अपडेट है सनटेक के ऊपर। जो सनटेक कंपनी है, उनके जो सेल्स आया है वो हायर आया है 89% से ईयर ऑन ईयर, और उनका जो कलेक्शन है वो 66% से इंक्रीज हुआ है। तो मार्केट अभी बेयर फेज में, बट मार्केट जैसे ही स्टेबल होता है, तो एक रियलिटी सेक्टर है वो काफी अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर सकता है। तो रियलिटी सेक्टर में डीएलएफ है, ओबेरॉय रियलिटी है, लूडा है और सनटेक है। ये ऑप्शंस अच्छे रहेंगे ट्रेडिंग के लिए। आप ये स्टॉक्स में ट्रेड इन और ट्रेड आउट कर सकते हो स्टॉप लॉस के हिसाब से। नेक्स्ट अपडेट है बैंकिंग सेक्टर भी हमें अच्छा लग रहा है यहाँ से। तो पीएसयू बैंक से, उसमें फेडरल बैंक है, प्राइवेट बैंक में आईसीआईसीआई बैंक है, आईसीआईसीआई बैंक, एक्सिस बैंक है, जो अच्छे लग रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट अपडेट है कोल इंडिया में। कोल इंडिया की जो कैपेसिटी है, कैपेक्स है, वो इंक्रीज करने वाले हैं, तो ये एक पॉजिटिव रहेगा लाइक कंपनी के हिसाब से। नेक्स्ट जो मुरुगप्पा कंपनी है वो एंटर करने वाली है 3 व्हीलर ईवी सेगमेंट में। तो उनका कहना है कि बाय 2025 तक जो ये 3 व्हीलर ईवी इंडस्ट्री है 1.7 बिलियन तक पहुंचेगी, तो इसमें अच्छा खासा स्कोप है। तो उन्होंने इसके लिए 3 व्हीलर्स ईवी सेगमेंट में एंटर किया है। बीएससी स्टार म्यूचुअल फंड ने अभी तक 33.46 लाख ट्रांजैक्शन को हिट किया हुआ है। इसके अलावा मर्सिडीज बेंज के जो नंबर्स आए, वो काफी सेल्स वो काफी अच्छे से आए अप्रैल क्वार्टर में, तो ये ऑटो सेक्टर के लिए अच्छा है। देन सेंटर ने जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो माइनिंग कंपनीज है, उनको इंसेंटिव प्रोवाइड करने वाली है, तो ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के लिए पॉजिटिव होगा, और जो माइनिंग कंपनीज है उसके लिए भी पॉजिटिव होगा। जैसे कि मिनरल रिसोर्सेज जो स्टेट्स में ज्यादा है, जैसे कि उड़ीसा है, बिहार है, यहाँ पे मिनरल रिसोर्स ज्यादा है, तो ये वो स्टेट्स के लिए पॉजिटिव रहेगा। तो हम लोग इसके कारण एनएमडीसी जो कंपनी है, कोल इंडिया है, और स्टेट बीएसयू में मोल जैसे कंपनी है, इनको फायदा होगा। सो दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय एंड। Thank you everyone for joining the con call. Have a nice day.